The recording begins without ceremony. A woman's voice, strained and hurried, breaks through the line with rising panic. Her words come quickly, uneven and breathless, before dissolving into static. For years, this was believed to be all the tape contained, a distress report of a missing child. Investigators replayed it, transcribed it, summarized it, and filed it away. Over time, familiarity dulled its impact. Nothing about those 2 minutes seemed capable of changing the course of the case. In the early morning hours of December 26, 1996, a 911 dispatcher in Boulder, Colorado, received a call. Patsy Ramsey reported that her 6-year-old daughter, JonBenet Ramsey, was missing. She stated that a ransom note had been found inside the family's home. The call lasted just over 2 minutes and ended abruptly, without a clear closing. At the time, there was no reason to believe it was anything other than a panicked plea for help. Police arrived shortly afterward. Inside the home, they found a lengthy handwritten ransom note demanding a specific sum of money, an amount closely matching a recent bonus earned by JonBenet's father. The house was not secured as a crime scene. Friends and neighbors were allowed inside, and family members moved freely throughout the home. Several hours later, JonBenet's father discovered her body in the basement. From that moment on, the investigation became fragmented. There were no clear signs of forced entry. Forensic findings were disputed. Timelines shifted repeatedly. Intense media coverage placed extraordinary pressure on investigators and shaped public perception almost immediately. The family became the central focus of scrutiny, often to the exclusion of other possibilities. Within this environment, the 911 recording faded into the background. It was reviewed, logged, and treated as routine evidence. No attempt was made to enhance the audio. At the time, the technology was limited, and there was no indication that anything beyond the caller's voice could be recovered. As years passed, the case remained officially open but largely stagnant. Grand juries convened and disbanded. Experts disagreed publicly. DNA testing advanced and became the primary focus of renewed investigative efforts. Sound evidence was not prioritized. The recording remained archived in its original form. In the early 2000s, advances in forensic audio technology made it possible to isolate background sounds previously thought unrecoverable. As part of a broader review of long-standing evidence, the Ramsey 911 call was submitted for enhancement. The goal was not to solve the case, but to re-examine what had been overlooked. The results were inconclusive but unsettling. Audio analysts reported that after the caller appeared to believe the call had ended, faint sounds could be detected on the line. Some experts suggested the presence of additional voices. Others argued the sounds were indistinct and open to subjective interpretation. No consensus was reached. The Boulder Police Department acknowledged the enhancement, but did not confirm any specific interpretation. The FBI declined to validate the findings. The enhanced recording did not lead to arrests or charges. However, it challenged long-standing assumptions. If additional voices were present, even ambiguously, it raised questions about who was awake, who was present, and what was known at the moment the call was made. The renewed focus also highlighted broader investigative limitations. Early decisions had been shaped by the tools available at the time and by extraordinary external pressure. Evidence that could not be fully processed was often deprioritized. Once initial narratives formed, revisiting foundational evidence became increasingly difficult. The JonBenet Ramsey case remains unsolved. No one has been convicted. Some individuals have been formally cleared, while others continue to be discussed without legal determination. The enhanced 911 call has never been accepted as definitive evidence, and its meaning remains disputed, yet its impact endures. It stands as a reminder that evidence does not lose significance simply because it cannot be fully understood at the time. In 1996, investigators listened to what they could hear. They could not listen to what technology had not yet learned to reveal. For more than 20 years, a fragment of sound remained buried beneath panic and static. Whether it contains answers or only questions, it represents what nearly stayed unheard forever.